Welcome to Bachatting. And tonight, our special guest is Jessica. Hello. You know that I prepared some very serious questions for you. So it's going to be a very deep discussion.
All right, I'm game.
Right? Okay. Let's go. What does connection in dancing mean to you?
Connection. First step of connection for me is feeling connected to myself. I don't think that I can genuinely deeply connect with another person unless really in the moment with myself first. And when I'm in the moment with someone else who is also in connection with themselves, it really comes through because there's an authenticity that I can feel in the dance. They're not trying to be somebody, they're not trying to impress me, they're not trying anything other than being present with who they really are and bringing that to me. And so when that happens, it's really special, I think.
Wow, that's a very interesting answer. And how do you connect with yourself first?
Well, I don't think that that's something that just happens overnight. It happens over a long period of time when you're someone that's self-reflective, self-aware, those kind of things. But still, I lose myself all the time, right? So I have to remind myself. There's definitely times where I show up to a dance where I'm not connected to myself. I'm thinking too much about, oh, I don't put the right clothes on, or oh, I don't feel prepared, or oh, some people are feeling intimidating, or oh, I don't feel like I... And so always just taking that breath and saying, whatever, we're all on this trip through life. We're all heading the same direction. We can just embody joy right now. And I don't have to be afraid to be myself. And it can take just a moment to do that. Just one breath to say, I'm here. Like, let's do it. And so that's been my myself.
What do you do for a living, Jessica?
I am a midwife.
Yeah. Okay.
So you have to be connected to yourself.
Have you ever assisted anyone on the dance floor?
You mean have I midwife somebody? So I've actually midwifed a lot of dancers, but not who I met on the dance floor because I'm relatively new to dance and I'm not new to midwifery.
4.5 years, I think you said. That's not new.
Yeah, okay. But dancers, yes. You know Shenyang, the Chinese dance company, that Chinese acrobats, they have a community out where I used to have my home birth practice, and a lot of them would come to me. I love assisting dancers, artists, musicians.
Why is it different?
It's a different experience because I love people that take their creativity really seriously. Or I shouldn't even say that. People that are aware that as human beings, we're creators. Like, we're all singers, we're all dancers, we're all creators. And people that have connected to that over a long period of time tend to bring something really beautiful to birth. Because birth is the ultimate creation. And so, you know, there's this singer, maybe you know Sam Bean from Iron and Wine. He said this really beautiful thing. He's a musician, his wife was a sculptor. And he tells the story of when his wife gave birth to her first child, and she said, I'm going to give up sculpting and become a midwife because I will never create a moment as beautiful as I did when I was giving birth to my child. And so there, you know, that there's a crossover with art. There's a lot of midwives as they get older end up becoming dancers. A lot of actresses end up becoming midwives. You know, it's a very there's something happening there.
Well, thank you for your service. Yeah, I think that's incredible. Is it safe for a pregnant woman to dance?
Absolutely. It's safe for them to dance, it's safe for them to do headstands, it's safe for them to move in their body in the way that they want to. Not just safe, but it's optimal.
When should a pregnant woman stop dancing for the child's and her own safety? Before giving birth?
Never. You should dance your baby out. what? You should dance the big cow.
And then you come and
Absolutely. We dance during birth.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, did everybody hear that? All right.
Absolutely.
This is the professional advice. All right. Wow. I did not.
Yeah. Yeah, there's an organization called Dancing for Birth or Dance for Birth that basically teaches like doulas and midwives and things like that, the different dance techniques to help people dance their baby out. Yeah, it's an actual thing.
Wow. If you had your own dance school or social, what would you call it?
You call it. The phrase dance for all is coming to my mind, but I don't think I would actually call it that. I'm a thinker, so I would think about it and then change it the next week and change it the next week and change it the next week until something went, oh yes, that's it. I'm not really a person that
What would it be this
that. Dance for all.
Okay. What kind of behavior is not appropriate on the dance floor for both men and women?
Non-appropriate behavior on the dance floor. Basically anything that's unwanted by the other person, anything that's not consensual, anything that's not respectful, anything that's aggressive, for both males and females.
What do you think could be the reasons for a relationship between two dancers not to work out?
A relationship, you mean like a professional relationship, a romantic relationship, a romantic relationship, not so many reasons. I mean, I honestly think relationships that begin on the dance floor are largely doomed to fail.
Okay, interesting. Could you please elaborate on that?
Only because we're engaging in a very limited way. It's a very beautiful way. It's a very intimate way. It's a very, I love the pre-verbalness of it. But because so many of our endorphins, our oxytocin, all the feel-good hormones are so engaged, we can mistakenly project those hormones onto, oh, it's this divine connection, or oh, it's this, or oh, it's that. And so in that way, I think, like you hear people say, oh, fell in love on the dance floor. I don't think that it's possible. I think it's possible to meet somebody when you fall in love in another way on the dance floor. So yeah, I think, and this might be really, I'm just gonna say it. I think that people that come to dance, I think many men largely come to dance and decide to dance and decide to learn to dance because they want to meet women. They want to meet women, they want access to women, they want to be able to touch women. Definitely not everybody. And a lot of women come to dance for a very different reason. It's not because they're interested in meeting men. It's because they desire this space where they can feel a sense of freedom creatively, where they can connect with people without having to use words, because so many of us are very verbal. And so when you have a setup like that, it can be a setup for a lot of problems when it comes to actually getting into a relationship that extends beyond the dance floor. Not that it can't happen.
I kind of already know what you're gonna answer for the next question, but I'm gonna ask it anyway. So, for those who are currently struggling in their romantic relationship, I mean, two dancers, what would you recommend?
Therapy? Therapy, education.
Okay, so there is hope.
Really assigning, really looking at what their values are and what they desire, getting very real about what they desire about a relationship.
So you mentioned in the survey that you watch every episode of Bachatting, which I'm very happy about, Thank you for that. And so you watch it to get other people's perspectives and their side of the story, so to say. How important do you think it is to listen to other people and to hear them, and how this ability to listen and to hear the others in the same community can improve it.
Yeah, well, I can only speak for me, but it's very important to listen in every aspect of my life, but especially in something like dance that has such a large community and such a diverse community. And I have lots of ideas and lots of opinions, but I can be sitting in my own world thinking, oh, this is what we need, or this is what we don't need, or this is, and it could be completely different than somebody who I'm dancing with every time I go out. And so in that way, it feels important just because I want to be able to accurately represent the community in my head, what people really do value or don't value. Because that's one of the ways, right, that we get closer to being able to identify the community that we want to be a part of, which I actually struggle with in the dance community.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, because I do several dances, and some of the dances I most love strictly because of the physical access of it, or the physical aspects of it, like, oh, this is how my body likes to move. But that doesn't necessarily line up with the community that I most like. There is a different community of dancers where it's like, oh, these are more my people. These are people who value similar things to me then. And so finding that match can be hard and impossible if I don't know what other people are actually thinking and experiencing. But also, I'm fine with people that just throw that all out and think, I'm just here to dance. I mean, that's definitely how I felt in the very beginning. I couldn't care less. I was so thrilled that there was this thing that I got to do whenever I wanted. That was so exciting and so fun. And, but for me, things only stay new for a while. Eventually my brain engages, and then I have to kind of come to terms with my thoughts or my judgments.
Little something, but today is the big something.
Awesome. Is it a blanket? Oh, how cool. That's what it is. It's a dance blanket.
Yes, and you show us
So sweet. Thank you, whoever put this in the bag. And I love dance stickers. So cute and sweet.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you for
Love
coming.
It's a pleasure. Thanks for doing this.